I know as much about D&D as you can get in a quick 5-minute read on the character sheets. That's about it. So.
Well, that's why we'll have Adam, because he's the best at D&D explaining.
That's true.
Oh shit! What all am I explaining?
Everything.
Everything. The entirety of D&D.
Yes, we have 5
You have 3 words.
Okay.
D&D in 3 words. Collaborative storytelling, bitches. Sure. I'm a Furbolg druid. So Furbolgs are sort of like large furry cow people-ish. But they're more like humanoid than that, though. It's not. Don't think furry. Think person with hair. And I'm a druid, or Circle of Spores druid, which means I do a lot of magic-y shit with mushrooms, especially, and lots of like undeath and growth. Think sort of Last of Us zombie type mushrooms, and use that as magic.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Byron.
Byron is a human hexblade. I'm gonna go closer to the mic. Byron is a human hexblade warlock. So basically, he found an otherworldly being, made a pact with it for power, and got a magic sword out of it, and now he can summon black holes. And he is extremely out of his depth.
Alright. Kezia. Kezia, I suspect, is muted or not at the...
Sorry. I ran away from my phone to get coffee.
Well, that's
9
basically
a.m.
good
here.
for you.
Alright, and now we'll move on to
That's
Bailey.
away for sure. Not Kezia.
So Bailey is the best boy. No, Kezia is an antagonistic halfling arcane trickster rogue, which basically means that she has some magic, which she mostly uses to boost herself to do better.
Alright.
I mean, I just am really fast.
Pretty much. Morak.
I'm a orc fighter. That's about it. I use a shield and a hammer, and I can shoot fireballs. That's about it. I'm probably the most simple one out of all of us.
This man has mind powers and
Wait,
he's ignoring
I'm sorry.
them.
Say what you just said again. What did you say?
I'm a fighter. I fight people with a hammer and shield.
Did you say you're the least powerful out of all
The
of us?
least complicated.
No, I'm the least complicated out of all of our characters.
Okay.
Yeah, arguably.
I was about to say, don't sell yourself short.
No, I'm the least complicated to get the gist of, and I'm royalty. There you go. That's about
I'm really
all
excited for Mary's. She looks like she's been thinking hard on it.
Ode.
Okay, my is like a cat person, like a cushy cat person. And she's a monk, which means that she mostly punches people with her fists. And it's not like a religious monk. It's like a supporting an organization, basically, is what monk means in D&D. And so her organization has the goal of preserving culture and history. That's it.
Fucking liberals.
I know this down real quick. That's good. It needs one.
Through punching people.
Punching people, yes. Thank you.
Sunny.
Magical robot, former soldier.
Yeah.
That.
All right.
That was only 4 words.
30-year amnesia.
And
Yeah.
Kills horses.
Just gain consciousness.
kills the shit out of horses. Definitely a Terminator. Zeka.
Zeka is a 14-year-old child who, through a bad experiment, got transformed into a satyr of sorts. And he loves to bake. He's a cleric with some wizardly powers. And sometimes he heals the party.
Oh.
Last fight, he actually healed quite a bit, I would argue.
Yeah.
Fair. Very fair.
A ton.
Hold on. We might be biased. Let's ask Sunny and Kezia specifically. Very quick recap of the last session because it was mostly just a combat. So you all collectively decided to assault the weave-scarred compound that was centered out of an old ruined Temple of Mystara. On your way there, you guys really bungled some fucking stealth checks, like, hard. Luckily, Ode knows the spell Pass Without a Trace and was able to carry you for the second half. But you all managed to get to the base. It seemed like they were alerted that something was coming because of your prior failed roll, but they weren't aware of you and hadn't set a specific trap. As you guys moved in, Sonny decided he wanted to get closer to the ruins itself to try to ambush those inside, but inadvertently got caught and picked apart with arrows for a little bit. At this, Artuk used a sleet storm and helped mitigate a lot of the swarming minions, for lack of a better word, and summoned a blight zombie, while Byron also summoned a chaos spawn. Morak used his object interaction. And unfortunately, Sonny eventually did get inside, but was nearly killed for the effort, which kind of caused a mad scramble to get to him. Zeka was nearly beat to death by the masked Inquisitor, who was clearly in charge of this batch of the Weave's Guard, but was able to stabilize after being Molotov'd in the face, and Artuk called down a lightning strike to kill the Inquisitor for good. With Zeka stable, he was able to heal Kezia and Sonny, who'd both been knocked unconscious and were nearly dead. And Kezia was able to track and capture one of the fleeing Weave's Guard, while the party collectively was able to capture, bind, and restrain. I think it came out to 6 captured people total. And we're just gonna open right after that. So I will... One second. I have the loot for all of that, but we can get to that in just a second. Basically, you have all thusly captured and bound all the Weave's Guard in front of the temple. The massive amount of dead bodies neatly organized, it was not because of you, unless you guys opted into that. It was just easier for me to organize and make the map less of a clutter. But, yeah, so just picking up, I have the loot that you guys collected. I will put that in the chat in just a little bit. But you guys have bound, 6 of the Weave's Guard, and they are all restrained, tied up with rope, and so on. The Inquisitor you haven't looked at yet, just because it's easier that way. But everything else is taken care of. Calm Emotions has faded because it's been a minute, I'm just going to say, in getting them over here.
Yeah.
And Artuk and Zeka, your disguises as Dragonborn, they are still up for about 20 more minutes, I'd say.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But with that, go ahead.
Okay. So last time at the very end, Zeka cast Prayer of Healing on everyone. So I think everyone right now is like munching on some energy balls as we're kind of like gathering around and deciding what to do, and that's like how he's healing them.
Okay. You just see a bunch of Weave's Guard glaring at you, kind of weird. Except for the one that Kezia got, they are actually unconscious still. The other ones are conscious, but pissed.
Good.
I think most people did it at the end of last session. I did not.
I did. I know I did it at the end of the last session because I was.
You were at 0, in fact.
2 hit points at the end of last
I
session.
didn't mark it down either.
If you didn't mark it down, make
I don't
sure you
know
take. You should have an additional 25 hit points from. I cast 2 Prayers of Healing. I'm at full health.
How many spell slots are you at, just out of curiosity?
I use my channel divinities to cast those 2, but
Gotcha.
I think I have here. Do you want to pull up my character sheet real quick? Yeah. I want to say I have 3 level 1 and 2 level 2.
Okay.
2 level 1 and 2 level 2.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Okay, so I think it would probably be a good idea to and I'm saying this out of earshot of all the prisoners, by the way. I'll wave over Byron and Morak and Ode and Art. I don't know.
Everyone except Kezia. Fuck Kezia.
We need someone
I'm
who
just
ran.
sitting here watching and glaring at all of them.
There was a reason I put Kezia at that exact spot, I'm gonna be honest.
Sonny and Kezia, do you guys have them handled?
Yeah.
These bound
Yes.
prisoners?
Okay, just making sure. And I'll go over with everyone else who wants to join the conversation.
Alright, lad, what's going on? Are we planning how to interrogate them?
That's what I was thinking. I have a spell called Zone of Truth, which would allow us to ensure that they are not lying to us, and perhaps we could, I don't know, kind of like jostle the information out of them. I figured you and Morak would probably know how to interrogate people and intimidate them.
I'm not bad at scaring people, but you have to remember, these are zealots. I think they know what's going to happen at the end of this. I don't think they're really going to speak.
I mean...
Are they zealots? I thought it was more of a crime organization.
From what I understand from Kezia, I don't think so. So I'll run over to Kezia and be like, go over in there and be like, oi, are they zealots?
You see the zealot name tag on 4 of them.
Oh wait, never mind, got my answer. Run back, at least 4 of them are zealots.
Oh, okay. I just never seen zealots wear that much leather.
Oh, you have not been in the right places, lad.
The seedy underbelly of Holics. It's a euphoric place for some, a nightmare for others.
You see Byron kind of
Perhaps
shiver.
what we could do is, like, separate them and see if any of them seem like they'd be willing to talk at all, or just kind of die with their lips closed, and the ones that might be willing to talk, then we could keep them separated and zone of truth them.
Wait, I just remembered. Sunny is able to kind of, like, sort of read people's minds. What we could always do is try to determine who is the person that has the most information. We start questioning them, have Sunny come in and read their minds, so that even if they're not telling us actual information, he'll naturally figure it out because he's reading their minds.
Is Sunny next to you for this?
No, but you get this instinct that, hey, maybe they're talking about you. Sneeze.
The robot sneeze! The way the robot does. The fans whir quickly for one moment.
I will say I'll walk over there and say, "Hi, fellas. I don't know if you're talking about me. I would like to point out that I'm tapped out." Double thumbs up and walks away again.
Okay, never mind. He can't do that without a cigarette and a Gatorade.
A robo cigarette.
Okay.
Oh, a vape?
Vape? Oh my gosh!
You know the man for the job.
I do know the man for the job.
So we can't do
Alright.
that.
Well, I mean,
We could, I think a good way to do this is, either, well, actually both. We should go after whoever their highest ranking officer is, and then also find the youngest member and question both of them. So I feel like, the youngest person might be, willing to give up more.
Byron will immediately turn and look at the crumpled corpse of the what the fuck is he called?
Inquisitor.
Of the Inquisitor and go, well, I think we might have shocked that bridge.
I meant of the people that we have alive, Byron, not just in general.
Based off of the looks of them, I would say 4 of them are the exact same, and the other 2 are just about the exact same.
Well, hey, Byron, sometimes you have to have imagination in your fantasy game.
Well, alright. Either way, I think it's a decent place to start. I think what we should try to have Sonny do is rest, take that robo cigarette, and get that mind reading back, because I think that's our best bet.
Yeah, I could quickly do a soft reset on Sunny if we need to.
Perfect.
It'll take approximately 30 minutes, and I think he'll be up to snuff.
Okay. One thing, before you guys commit to just taking a short rest,
No, it's not all of us. It's just Sunny.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna sit quietly here for the next half hour.
Oh, hey, we're having a pattern here, I see. That's great.
God. Guys, I think I know how I roleplay best.
Hey, Sonny, by the way, you were at the staircase, right? In the fight?
Yes.
Just a little after you got stabilized and pulled up, you heard just a quick, flurry of noise down below, and then just a faint blue glow for just half a second. Just down there. You couldn't see what was down there, but you saw something there. Just before you guys take a short rest.
I just remembered there was some noise down the stairs and also a faint blue glow. I must have forgotten. Wait, hold on. Somebody should watch these prisoners.
Yeah, switch places.
Switch places!
Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I feel like convincing people of things is not my forte. I can intimidate them. But
You wanna come with me?
statistically, it's not good. I will go into the basement with
Hold
this.
on, wait. I run back and I look at
Okay, then I'll be going in with the big one.
I look at all the people there, and I say, "Don't even think about going anywhere." I want to make an intimidation check.
Go ahead. Hey, can you guys
Nah.
hand me my dice?
Well, it was
I have
9.
instanced them to run. I am sorry.
Where'd my other one go? Yeah, you don't get the feeling that didn't work so well.
I think some of us should probably stay up here and watch the prisoner as well.
I think it's only Kezia and Morak who are going down.
Oh, I want to go down.
Okay.
It's my temple. I have to see what's all around here.
I'm gonna go down also.
Okay,
This
Zeka,
is
just
exactly what I was talking about.
Byron, you're gonna stay up top, I'm guessing?
I'll stay up top.
Okay, so
Okay, I will stay up top then also, because I thought it was just Kezia. I don't think we need all of us down there looking at a big.
You
Alrighty.
can go with Kezia, like
Irie-
Artok and Byron and I can definitely
Alright.
handle watching the.
go forward a little bit and see if I can find anything well hidden.
I already blew my
Morak, you
speech
should
red with the
come.
prisoners, so I
I feel
gotta
like
go.
this is your jam.
No worries.
Okay, I
Morak's
will
going.
go.
Yeah.
I will go right after Kezia.
As you go down there, you see it's still, I would say, like, dim light throughout this, so since you don't have dark vision, it's a little hard to see, but as you look around, you do see the source of what Sunny was saying, that kind of bluish glow. Over here at this, you see kind of a shattered, vaguely feminine-looking statue holding a staff, and kind of the gemstone that makes up the end of the staff, it's like pulsing a very faint, weak blue for just a bit. And as you move forward, you see several dead weave scarred, just all on the ground, just all laid out.
Yeah, that's suspicious. But I don't see anyone living, right?
No, distinctly not.
Okay,
Make an
there's
arcane
no one
check.
alive down here. Yeah, I was gonna ask to do that. Not the best. 15.
As you make a medicine check as well.
Oh, I'm really bad. Let's see. Medicina.
Do you need any help down there?
Or-
As you
I told them that they're good to come down.
Okay.
I just don't know if you guys heard me or not.
Zeka will go down.
As you look over, Kezia, you see the wounds on these weave scarred. They are magical. Just on every single one of them, they are magical. That's the extent of what you can figure out.
Can I also make an Arcana?
Oh my god, guys! I believe magic damage was used here.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Morak,
go.
do you want to help me make this Arcana check here?
Oh yeah, I can do that shit.
Okay, cool.
Is
Where
it
are
glowing
you,
actually?
boy?
They vaguely pulse, kind
I
of
taught
like
him too well. He's hidden from you.
Oh, well, I know the exact same thing as Kezia.
To
and
be fair, you kind of just taught him
medicine
how to
check.
steal things from people's
Yep.
pockets.
Hmm
I'm gonna go
Stealing
down
them
the stairs.
completely the
also,
wrong
too.
way.
With that, Zeka, as you go over the bodies, it's kind of off-putting at first. You know, just a room of 6 dead bodies that, you know, you guys didn't kill. They were just kind of laid out.
Yeah.
The corpses look fresh, like within the last minute or two, like simultaneous to your guys' combat. And as you look over, you see the wounds that Kezia saw, just clearly magical. But it's like, imagine a dart went through them.
Magic missile.
Is there any way that I can tell the source?
Roll a religion check with advantage.
There's a dead body on the ground and it's not weave scarred.
No, they're all weave scarred. Oh god. Oh god.
14, not the greatest.
You're in a temple to Mystara, the goddess of magic.
It's a teleportation circle.
Hey,
And, as you guys, thank you for reminding me, it is not a teleportation circle, but at the very far end of the room, you do see what looks like a door with arcane runes at the bottom of it, like those shown on the map, but also clear symbols to Mystara all along it.
Whoa.
Aw, just a big Zeka.
Hey, what did you
We're
say?
outside.
So, hold on a second. Hold on. What did Morak say?
outside?
No, it's just this is the closest art I could get.
I know, I'm just...
I like to think
Oh
that
my
at the
God.
bottom of the temple, there's just one like oasis area where it's impossibly like growing. Like that's kind of cool. I don't know.
In addition to that, you see this door sitting there. It is coated in just iconography of that symbol in just different spaces along the center. Different kind of those starbursts just all along, just vaguely lit up. Just a very faint glow. And a kind of feminine depiction of what you can very clearly tell is Mystara.
Gotcha.
Holding... You actually see 3 of the same woman. One just summoning some kind of magic in their hand. The other holding a staff, and the last one reading from a book.
Okay. I'm gonna try and hold out my hand and use prestidigitation and try and mimic the way she's doing it to summon a symbol of Mystara.
As you do that, you see that figure, not the figure itself, but as you do that, you see kind of the hand holding out the little arcane iconography glow. You also feel like this almost like electrical like anticipation. Like if like just the static running through your arm as you're doing this, and this kind of attraction to the door. Kezia, Byron's not down. Kezia, Morak, and I think Ode was also down there, right?
Sunny.
No, Sunny.
None of the rest of you feel that. You see Zeka do it, and you see the faint glow, but none of that kind of anticipation.
Hey, Zeka, maybe we should identify it first before we do anything.
Identify the door?
Identify the sigil underneath it.
Oh. I suppose we could do that. Are you capable of that?
I mean,
Sure.
I can do it.
I can
I'm
try
pretty
it.
good at Arcana.
I'm going to reach out, and cast Identify and just touch the area right around it.
How long does that take to cast?
6 seconds, because I'm not going to ritually cast it.
Okay. At doing that, as you touch your hand for just a second, it like you get like shocked, like if you like as if you were just like touching a switch and you just grounded yourself to it. But with that Identify, you learn first of all it's an abjuration spell, just for that sake. But this is part of a wider like lock mechanism behind this door. It's clearly the door is clearly locked for a set of instructions to release it, but you don't get the sense it's anything outwardly harmful. Like, it's more of you just won't get it open.
Lock.
It's an arcane lock.
Okay.
I'm gonna retract my conjuration and see if the glow stays.
The glow... Yeah, I'll say it stays.
Stays?
It stays for a little bit.
Okay.
If you wait a little bit, you'll see that after maybe a minute or so, it just kind of fades.
Okay, better me with me for this. Then I'll pull out my cookbook and I'll flip to the page where it's the Find Familiar, and I'm gonna resummon Milosh to my side, which takes 12 seconds because I have to desummon him.
And as Milosh appears, I will say just narratively, the other glow has faded. The book lights up on the door.
Okay, and then I'll take out my shepherd's staff and I'll hit Byron in the head with it. And
Byron's not there.
$1,000 worth of damage.
Sorry, I hit Morak in the head. No, I'm joking. Then I'll hold it out like she is and cast a shower of sparks with prestidigitation.
The book fades.
Oh, the book
but
fades.
The book fades after a little bit. Anyway, same deal as the other one.
Oh, okay.
And then the staff, as you do that, it lightens up. Again, it's not like an overpower. It's not like staring into a flashlight. It's more of... It's just a very soft glow. Kind of like lavender in color.
Okay. I think that either I need to do these in quick succession, or I need to do one, and then maybe Morak and Kezia, you can each do one of the other things, and that might unlock it?
We're both arcane.
Yeah, we can do that.
David, while they're doing this, can I search the room?
Are you looking like the basement area?
Yes, the basement.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Boom, ba-dum.
Nice.
With that, you do see just around the room, like, you see canisters of oil. You see just different tools that were used, like busted pickaxes, like very crude, like just mining tools. You get the very distinct sense that the Weavescarred were trying to bust this door down and were not succeeding.
I see. Okay.
On the bodies, you see some minor loot, like mundane shit, like you find a fucking dagger.
Yeah, gross. I pick it up and add it to my inventory. Now, Sonny kind of walks over and is like looking around the room. And he like crouches down, like dips one of his fingers in the oil. And he stands up and walks over and picks up a broken pickaxe. And he says, "I think they were trying to break into this place."
You also do see, just along the walls, there are several statues. The one that had the faint blue glow that kind of is illuminating this room just a little bit. There are several other statues, but they are all horribly defaced. Like, someone took a fucking hammer and just smashed it in. Like, someone put an M80. Like, they fucked them up. The one that has the faint glow is the most intact, you would say. But even then, its face is, like, just smashed out.
And that's the one...
The one that has that little glow to it, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you also find a shitload of ball bearings.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, lucky.
I want ball bearings.
So do we
Mimic them?
Yeah. I can do the staff. Can one of you do the book?
I mean, sure. I have books.
Okay, and then...
I don't know what a book means magic-wise. Does it just hold out a book and cast a spell? Or do you think it's a school of magic?
That's a good question. Let's try just... Do you have, like, a spell book, by chance?
Do I have a spell book? And then he goes into his backpack and he starts pulling out books. It's like, no, not this one. No, not this one.
Inspiration!
No. I found it. Don't worry. I found it. And it's a chunky-ass book.
Hell yeah. Is it, like, leather-bound and old as shit?
Huh, I don't have one.
Oh yeah.
Then, Kezia, can you hold out your hand and cast something?
Yeah.
She doesn't
that
have
shouldn't be a
hands.
problem.
She casts out. She holds
I
out her
don't
hand.
have a hand.
Casts
I cast
mage hand. As you cast mage hand,
And I do prestidigitation.
you prestidigitate with your staff. Morak, what do you cast with the book?
I'm going to. He will start a firebolt, and then he will use control flames to just move it around.
Oh, that's cool.
Sounds good.
She's
And
got a flaming book.
as you do that, as all three of you do that, one by one.
I pull a Robin from Smash Brothers.
Oh no!
Oh hell yeah!
But as you all do that, these glyphs on this door, they all light up one at a time, and then as soon as you see they all are lit for lack of a better word, the glow just begins to intensify, like just getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And it starts to hurt, like, it's like looking down a flashlight at this point.
Oh fuck.
But then...
Yeah, but like how many lumens is this flashlight?
Oh, dude, like at least 2.
Whoa.
Shit, that's nothing.
But, yeah, you guys have very sensitive eyes. But...
Oh, shit.
In this world, that's a
the
lot.
door, but at that point, like, it brightens a whole lot. Then it stops, and the doors just begin to open. And Zeka, you hear this in your mind. Welcome, my disciple.
Okay.
Did you guys just hear that? I just heard the thing. Did you hear that?
No.
Sonny, were you
what did
dropping
you
shit
hear?
again?
Sonny, did you say that?
No. It wasn't me.
And as the doors open, you see immediately this room that is much more pristine compared to the outer. You see 2 of the feminine statues standing over, this time both holding the staves out, kind of like if you were like holding like swords like together, like in a medieval like thing, like to an oath, like, but they're aiming it towards each other, and they both are glowing a much more intense bluish glow.
Whoa.
At the center of the room, you see this pedestal made of stone just shooting straight up from it, and just a basin of water, but just surrounding it like an like a form of dancing lights, just circling it constantly, almost akin to Milosh's appearance as a will-o'-the-wisp, just constantly cycling around it, and you just see these arcane glyphs just embedded deep into the floor. They emit their... I would like the three of you to make an Arcana check, and then Zeka to make a Religion check with advantage.
24.
23. 8 Arcana.
Fuck, you guys got this. As you guys look it over, you see these are further signs of just abjuration magic, just clearly meant to protect this place. Zeka, you see that this clearly is a fusion of just strict arcane magic and that of the more kind of divine aspect to magic that you channel, and it's clearly just meant to like ward this place against evil, protect it from people who would harm it. It's kind of an extension of the glyph that was on the door, but much more intense.
This is really amazing, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never in my life seen anything like this. Zeka's just in awe right now.
Zeka, you feel this kind of push behind you. Not physical, but like this...
Yeah.
You want to step forward. You want to go in. Like, it's odd because this is clearly a hallowed place, but...
Yeah.
Like... It's just odd. It's just this desire.
I think like almost mindlessly, like he walks almost mindlessly. He starts to walk forward, just like in awe.
Okay. Kezia and Morak
immediately. Oh, okay. What?
Yeah, you just see him doing this.
I was gonna say Morak will immediately grab.
Will
just
what?
say, I'll grab your shoulder as you start walking into the room.
Yeah, I'll walk up there next to them also.
Okay.
And I just say to Zeka, Zeka, just be careful. Don't. Last time I did anything rash with arcane shit, I was kind of on my ass for a week.
Perhaps we should tell the others what we found here.
Yes, I will. Thank you, Morak. I appreciate your concern, and I think that's a good idea, Sonny. But I'm going to walk in there right now.
And Zeka, as you do that, you see just around that center basin, you see the very top of it is kind of like a pool of water, kind of like the Half-Blood Prince thing at the end, but not nearly as ominous.
Yeah.
And all along the kind of pedestal that it's kind of resting in, you just see that same like just very stylized depictions of Mystara just on it, and just the different warts and stuff like that. And you see just like a very small cup, smaller than the size of your hand, just resting just beside it.
I'm gonna step up next to Zeka and be like, "All right, I'm going with you."
Yeah, he'll turn to Sonny and like kind of like hold out his hand.
Okay.
Like hold it out like stop, or hold it out like grab my hand?
Like grab my hand. Yeah.
They're holding hands!
It's very adorable.
Yeah, Sonny will reach out and take his hand.
And I'll start walking up to the... You said there's a cup?
Like a very small one. It's honestly more like a bowl that you would just be like...
Oh, right. Okay. Zeka will slowly walk up, and he'll bring out just a small, like... He'll just take out a small, bit of bread, and as an offering almost, like dip it into the water and eat it. Like, I feel like that's something religious people do.
Okay.
Hey,
as you
Zeka,
do
don't
that...
you dare fucking... Oh my god.
This is the way...
No, it's already happened.
It's happened.
It's already happened.
It's happened.
No,
It's
that
happened.
was to wash your hands!
As you do that, and as you bite into it, your eyes just alight. What's going on upstairs? Hold on, we're gonna cut away from this for just a second.
That's actually perfect. I
You see Zeka put the bread into his mouth, and then you see Kezia and Morak like do the hands smack the cheeks and go, and then it cuts away. It goes to commercial.
Byron, Ode, and Artuk, how are you guys currently handling the Weave Scarda up above?
Well, I said it earlier, but I pulled out one of the children's books that I got for Artie and was just reading it in increasingly more annoying fake voices. Just over and over and over again.
You see, like, the Deadeye Weave Scarred, the ones that have the Zealot name tag on it? They don't actually, but you know what I mean. They are getting so fucking frustrated. Like, you see, like, one of them is, like, trying desperately to get out of their ropes right now, not having any success because they clearly just want to fucking strangle you. The one like melee dude, the minion type one, he is kind of just like he's kind of vibing, you get the feeling. And the last one that Kezia knocked unconscious after tracking down, they are still unconscious.
Oh my gosh, they're just dead.
I think Ode is like kind of battling with her curious nature right now, so she keeps like going to the entrance of the like abandoned temple and kind of like listening, being like, "Oh, is there anything going on down there?" But she also will like kind of run back over here and be like, "Okay, they're still unconscious, like no one's getting away." So almost looking like she's pacing a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, the situation looks to be in hand. Byron is so goddamn irritating that their attention is now... Those who you think would be trying to escape are now focused on trying to escape for the purpose of throttling Byron, rather than to run away. Artie, what are you up to?
He just said he had to leave and go quick.
Oh. Artuk?
He got real sick of the voice.
Artuk has a fucking heart attack and dies.
He sees Bard reading and goes, "That's what those letter combinations make in Joseph's."
Wait, yeah, no. Artuk is listening in, not understanding you're doing voices. He just thought this was an impromptu lesson.
That's good.
We're gonna make it a
on the ground with the staff.
But alrighty. Since it seems like you're pretty content to just distract him, Artuk's gone. Ode, are you going to hang out up here, or are you going to head down?
I feel like in like 1 minute, Ode's curiosity would get the better of her, as long as that wouldn't like completely screw over Byron and Artuk.
You get the feeling they have this situation well in hand. Like,
Yeah.
you guys tied some tough knots and you disarmed them. And they're also right next to a
I
fucking
don't want to
pit.
leave my buds alone, like lonely either. Like they're my pals.
Ode, Byron and Artuk have mastered torture.
With their sheer presence.
You start putting bamboo shoots under their fingernails.
Okay,
Or
so
you
Ode,
Thank you, this is better than him reading.
Ode goes over to them reading, and she's like, they've been down there kind of a while. I'm just gonna go check on them, make sure there's like no big dragon down there or something. I imagine we would hurt it, but just fuller if you need it.
You come down and we're all dead.
Alrighty. I mean, sorry. Alright, that's fine. Go ahead. We've got this handled.
Sounds good.
Oh, also, the Weave Scarred, their mouths are bound, but they're just, you hear, like, the one that's trying the hardest to get out is just fucking, like, screaming against it, just enraged.
And they like, I feel like we have this conversation like entirely ignoring their muffled screaming.
Oh, 100%.
A conversation.
But,
Gone full hell again.
calm down. But, alright, Ode, as you head down, I would say you get down there right as you see, like, the door open, the quick exchange between Morak of just be careful, Zeka, and then Zeka walking in with Sunny. So, you dip the bread in the water,
Yeah, and then I
you
eat.
take a bite of it, and your eyes alight. Similar to Byron's when they go pitch black, or Morak's when you use psionics and they go purple, your eyes alight just in a brilliant lavender color. And before you, you see a vaguely feminine form. You see almost not like, it's not like looking at a person. It's more like looking at the individual weave strands forming a feminine
Oh, that's so
individual. You can see a face to it, but it's not as though like you could see their eye color, if you understand what I'm trying to get across.
Oh no.
Like, go down to his knees, and we'll offer the other half of the bread that he hasn't eaten yet to the figure.
You guys always find ways to surprise me. They take.
Do you want
the
some?
the hand reaches out, and as you look over, you see like. First of all, I don't think I need to explain to you that this is radiating divinity right now.
Oh yeah, like
I think it's
scared shitless right now.
But as you look over it, you see like as they reach out and kind of take the bread, they actually take it back, and it like almost like dissolves into like arcane energy as they enter their hand.
Whoa.
But as you look over them, you see just parts of their kind of like this form are ravaged. Like at the torso area, it's I described it as like they're formed of like the individual strands of the weave. It's as though like a knife was ripped down and severed a whole bunch of them down the center. You see their left hand seems to be missing and is completely unraveled as like the rope strands of these strand like weave things are gone, are like forming and like tearing, like fraying. For
I can see almost like copper wires on a robot.
Imagine like you cut the end of a piece of rope and then you just kind of pull it apart.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can imagine.
But like there, like clearly wounded. You see like as they absorb your bread offering, like a few of the strands like reform, like respiral around each other and like stabilize, for lack of a better word, but it's not a whole lot.
Right, like it's inconsequential.
It's fixing a single strand of rope when this thing is made out of 100 pounds of it.
Yeah, Zeka will just bow and just wait.
My disciple. I've waited so long for another to come here.
Are you... I feel like this is a stupid question at this point, but are you Mystara?
Yes.
Oh my god. Wow.
You guys see Zeka doing this incidentally, and you don't see... You see, like...
What do we see?
Those two statues in the background, like, the crystals, like, at the end of their stabs, they are, like, bright as anything right now. Like, the water in that basin, it's kind of, like, almost... Boiling isn't the right word, but, like, it's clearly, like, getting, like, agitated and, like, making waves.
Cotton.
Okay.
Do
you really want to undercut this?
No.
But...
I forget... Did she take the bread?
Yes.
What did we see?
You saw the bread be removed from Zeka's hands, float in the air, and then dissolve in kind of like this arcane mist.
Fuck. That's crazy.
Oh, nice.
Can I have Ode approach and kind of like see this like very briefly, and then squat down to Kezzy and be like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
He's pulling a Morak in the computer.
She doesn't get it.
Kezzy inspiration.
Kezzy is convinced that this is really bad.
We have a pattern of this. This never goes well.
So he's either going to turn on us or he's going to be very happy.
Right. I'll prepare for either one, and then Ode.
Zeka, you can hear that there's conversation behind you, but it's almost like you're in a boat. It's like a boat. Like, your attention is so wholly focused on what is before you.
I think, like, it hardly even registers for Zeka. But he'll look up to Mystara and just say, like, I don't feel like I deserve to be here. Why me?
Because you sought me out. Where many followers of mine fell, or fled, you sought me out. You sought out a temple, and you liberated it because you knew it was right. To protect yourselves, yes, but to protect those who would come after as well. You are worthy of this, Zeka, because you choose to act to become worthy.
Thank you. I think Zeka's crying at this point because I mean he's never been told that he's worthy of anything in his entire life, and this is like the first time he feels like truly vindicated, I guess. And he just says, "What would you have me do now? I would do anything."
It is not what you can do for me. You have done enough now. But how may I help you in your quest?
You're gonna help me more?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm wounded. It takes much of my power to appear even now. But I may answer some questions and may guide your journey as best I can, if you so desire.
Wow. Like any question at all?
If it is within my power, I will do what I can to answer it. I know not the future, though, for that is unwritten.
That's my favorite Natasha Bedingfield song, I hope you know.
I know, I love that song.
By far the best choice for Fantasy Pope.
When they removed it from Spotify, it felt like there was an arcane scar in me as well, you know? Okay.
Oh, yeah, Mystara gestures to her missing fucking hand and the void that is her fucking center mass. Oh, I feel it. This was actually caused by that.
Zeka will look to her and say, well, one question I really have is, what happened to you? Why are you scarred like this? Is it connected to the weave?
Zeka, I am the weave.
Oh.
But I will answer your question.
For this moment, though, like, your attention is, like, broken, and you become increasingly aware of your party behind you collecting.
Okay.
And Mystara pauses and kind of, like, regards them, even if they can't see it.
Okay.
But this is a great endeavor, and it pertains to more than just myself or yourself. If you trust those who walk with you.
And,
yes.
And it's seeing you nodding.
I trust them with literally everything.
Then I shall trust them as well.
And everyone who's downstairs, you see this this feminine arcane just avatar appear just before you all. Like in an explosion of arcane energy, like and just sparks.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
David, can you show her on the screen again?
1 second. I don't actually have I don't have specific art for the avatar form. I couldn't get any in time.
I already sent it. I sent it to the chat.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what I was referencing. I thought you gave that to us. No.
Oh my fucking god!
Yes, canon!
They know nothing of the great journey!
Canon.
Mystara is fucking Cortana.
Canon. It's canon.
You know what? Yeah, no, but it's Halo 2 Cortana. But Halo 2 remastered Cortana.
I think like that, but a little bit more like wireframe, maybe? Yeah.
Definitely.
Sorry. I think you mean Halo 1 Cortana.
You mean more 2001 Cortana looking?
I fucking wish.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's what she looks like now. After
Actually, that's not terribly far off.
Yeah, I feel like that's more accurate.
That's... Okay, actually, we're gonna move on with that as the canon one. Halo 1 Cortana.
She'll look like this.
As you guys meet her more and more, you'll see her fucking model get updated.
Nice.
But you all see, with the exception of Byron and Artuk who are upstairs...
Oh, that's...
I will say...
Oh, wait! Oh, it has the...
Could you repeat that, Mary?
Oh, sorry. I said Ode makes the appropriate oohing and awing noise.
Excellent, excellent. I will say, if you guys want to grab your boys I would
What would you
advise
do with
it
the
because
prisoners?
this seems like it would be so weird to relate after the fact.
And then Zeka was talking to some weird blue lady.
Like, I must stress, you're talking to God right now. Capital G.
One of
Yeah,
them.
Guys,
We'll run away.
Jesse, one of you guys should go do it, because I'm going to stand here.
In the middle of reading the book, Byron will go, wait, I can just do this.
I'm
Hold
gonna
out his hand
message
and
them.
cast
I'm just gonna
sleep on
message
the rest
up.
of them.
Yes! No, Byron realizing sleep. They all fall down instantly, except the one that's unconscious. See, they wake up and then fall asleep.
And then he'll
Nice.
turn to Arthur and go, "Oi, do you want to go downstairs and see what the fuck is going on?"
He says yes.
And we go.
Yeah. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah!
Oh, then yes.
As
Oh, you're back.
Byron and Artuk walk downstairs, though, you see an avatar of God.
One of them.
Can I hear them more clearly now?
Yeah. You are basically back with the party, and there is a collective awareness of the God in front of you.
My hand tightens around Sunny's.
Alright? Your hand hurts.
Ow, it's metal.
Quite a grip you got there, champ.
I'm just gonna circle
Thanks,
around
Dad.
and Mystara's avatar. Like this is
Miss
his
Star?
last night.
Who's your friend, Zeka?
Everyone, this is Mystara. Mystara, this is everyone, including...
Hello, Miss Tara. It's nice to meet you.
This is Sunny. He is one of my best friends, and I love him very much.
Sunny waves with
I
his
just
free
realized we're having a middle schooler act as the middleman to God.
Yeah, that is
Yep.
correct.
truth from the mouth of babes.
Alright.
Also, I called her Miss Tara.
Oh,
and
I
thought
heard.
that was funny.
I heard. I thought it was good.
Is this mic? Hello? Is this mic? Is this mic on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Eric, you should be proud of yourself for that one. That was good.
Thanks.
It was a good joke. It was a good goof. Yeah, so did she ever answer the question?
She was kind of saying, do you want to gather your party before venturing forth?
Is everyone here?
I believe so.
Okay, yes, please. I would like to know.
Mystara kind of advances the functional hand and kind of drapes it just across, and you see like this almost tear in reality. Not violent, but like this almost window form, and just all around you, just the scene kind of shifts.
I feel like for everyone here, this is the most bonkers shit we've ever seen in our life.
I feel like everyone
I don't know, Marty.
with the
Except maybe
single
Byron.
exempt. No, with Byron and Morak exempt.
Oh, that's right. Morak went into the fucking Matrix.
Yeah,
Marty
dude, this
also
is
had that
fucking
dream.
elementary now.
Oh god, it can't have that dream. Y'all are fucking weird.
Okay,
you know
never
that?
mind. I take back what I said.
Definitively the most bonkers thing that Ode has ever seen, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, no, but what about that one time? Your backstory.
I was like, wow, this is pleasant. This is so much better than usual.
But as it is, you all see yourselves, but you aren't physically there. You see like you're in the air and you're looking down.
I should not have eaten those mushrooms I found.
Honey, you don't.
And
Whoa!
and Mystara begins to speak.
A battle. A climactic battle. One that would decide the fate of nations, of the world, for centuries.
And as you see that, the camera pans down to a battle that Morak is historically familiar with, and Sunny is very familiar with. And you see a very large battle between the Tuskbane Coalition and the Empire of Sylvanas. The Battle of Four Rivers Plains, which was the final battle of their war 30 years ago, which coincided with the day of the Weave Tour.
The true battle, though, was not waged by men, but by ancient rivals.
You see the battle begin, and as it begins, Sunny, you can almost like, it's the sense of deja vu is you're watching something you already had done. You can, if you look, you can see individual moments of you fighting and going through it.
That's you, Sonny. Look, that's you.
Me. As I'm viciously cutting down orcs.
Yeah,
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
Yeah, I must stress that this is a battle, and they are going hard. But as the battle begins, the camera basically shifts from looking at the battle, and instead kind of pulls out a little bit, and you see just in the area surrounding it, this kind of miasma just begin to form and surround the greater battlefield.
Myself, the weave, we became strained, as if being pulled apart, and it was as much as I could do to hold myself together against this strain.
The miasma around the battle grows, kind of intensifying at very specific points, where Sunny, you would know, is the Imperial, command center, as well as the Tuskbane command center. That one's a little more spread out because they got a little more directly involved, but, you see basic pockets of this miasma. None of the soldiers on the ground seem to be regarding it or even aware of it. But as this miasma forms, you also see 3 beams of pure weave energy far along the horizon in different directions, similar to what you guys saw at Fort Kingston entering into the Elder Brain.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. What is this? What is this? This miasma?
And as you ask that, you see one strain form, and like a rope, it pulls at the edge of this miasma. The other one, it pulls from a different direction, and a third, it pulls, and this miasma begins to widen out.
I definitely don't remember the miasma.
Not even a little. This is the most jarring part for you. You remember the battle. You remember it very clearly, in fact. This has no bead on you. No one even on the ground seems to be even a little aware of it.
What is happening? Why is this happening?
Well, you see,
I saw what would be my undoing then.
The scene shifts. It stops focusing on the battle, and instead jumps very quickly between a few different locations. One that you recognize, the ziggurat beneath Fort Kingston, and you see the weave strain being pulled into the Elder Brain, much more intensely than when you guys fought it, like on many orders of magnitude more potent and powerful. The camera slides to another one. Another Elder Brain with a similar strain being pulled into it, deep beneath the water. The camera shifts and goes underwater, and you see it. Yeah. Another, not identical ziggurat, but very similar. And then a final one, deep in the ice, far beneath the surface, and you see the single largest strand of the weave being pulled directly in.
The ancient ones. The ones who strain me, draw on me, using my power against all those who fought.
As the miasma grows, you see the battle intensify. And at the very center of the miasma, you see this point begin to emerge. It looks almost like a supernova. Not nearly to that scale, but in that general appearance of just that iridescent, just spectacular light show.
But their rival would not stand for this. And so came both my salvation.
You guys see a tiefling woman bearing the mark of the Dust Dragon. You see them rushing through that Arctic ziggurat that I just described and reaching an Elder Brain there. The brain is... You see them cutting down minions, kind of more Arctic themed than the ones, but similarly kind of those monstrosity biological hybrid type deal. And they cut them down and begin to approach the Elder Brain. Byron, you feel this strange sense of deja vu. Watching the faintest memory of a memory dawning on you as you feel a sense of dread and anticipation, knowing you know what's about to happen. And that is not good.
My salvation and my undoing.
The tiefling woman approaches the brain and stabs the blade deep into it. And you can all feel, Morak and Sunny more than anyone else, this massive surge of psionic energy, enough to just make your heads just split. Every one of you feel it, Morak and Sunny more intensely than anyone else. And you see that weave strands connected to this elder brain surge wildly. And as you look over, the camera shifts out, and you see every single one of those strands surge. All the ones connected to Fort Kingston, the underwater one, this Arctic one, they all begin to surge and fray, and then begin to snap. And as it does, you see just this wave of energy from each begin to rush straight towards the center, where that collecting miasma is, where that supernova is forming.
So much magical energy.
As the energy kind of collides with it, the miasma actually recedes.
So much destruction.
You see the supernova expand.
So much chaos.
And you see it detonate. Sunny, you have this flash of a memory as well. Your last memory before deactivating. You fighting an orcish general, you're pretty sure it was, getting knocked down and about to be finished off with a hammer. And you remember feeling, not scared, but caught off guard. Because as you look, the orcish general also doesn't bring down the hammer, and you both look towards the center of a battle, where you see this rush of light coming towards you, and then the next thing you remember is waking up 30 years later. The supernova detonates, and the weave strands that were connected to it, they continue to fray and tear at each other. The colors of the sky just begin to change rapidly as this unrestrained weave magic just erupts all around it. The battle ends in a sense, because everyone begins to flee as the earth just erupts around it. Pockets of magic just detonating, capturing Imperial and Tuskbane troops in its wake. The skies darken as just magical electricity crackles and shifts and just tears apart the environment, and just everything descends into chaos. Men on the ground, they fall to their knees as the magic in their body corrupts them and deforms them. Some disintegrating, others just getting horribly mangled by it, and others just fleeing just to get away from the chaos. This lasts for maybe 30 seconds, and then the storm clouds begin to gather, the magical energy begins to coalesce, and you see this uncontrollable vortex of just raw arcane energy. What you all very quickly realize is the very first wild magic storm, and it is the size of a hurricane. At that point, the vision, as the destruction of that first storm begins to tear itself across the land, you guys kind of are pulled back to reality. You're back to that Temple of Mystara in the basement, and as Zeka in particular can tell, you see like the magical energy that was sustaining this Mystara avatar. You see it like noticeably diminish. Not gone yet, but like they clearly expended a lot of energy in
to
showing
answer that question.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
But you are all back to reality.
I don't want this. Is it okay for me to be asking you these questions? It seems like it's putting a lot of strain on you.
Zeka, I am far weaker than I once was. But your quest, I will survive. Make no mistake. I may just not be able to speak for some time. And ask your questions, for they are important.
Okay.
I promise you, I will still be with you at the end.
I think Sunny after that, Sunny kind of like looks over towards Morak to see what his reaction to watching Sunny's all-time greatest highlight hit reel was.
Sunny at 15th level.
Yeah.
You realize that Morak stopped watching a while ago, like kind of had his hands up over his eyes.
ADHD's a bitch.
I know, right?
Okay, that's all I got.
I'm sorry, David. I think I gotta go off script.
That's fine. The script was here to help me. It wasn't to anything.
Mystara, how can we fix you? Can we fix you?
I do not know, Zeka. What tore me apart, I don't know how I could be fixed. I can collect power still. I am just weaker than I once was, but I do not know how. What undid me was a massive surge to fray all parts of the weave at once. I don't know how to unfray myself.
Okay. We will fix you. I know it.
Thank you.
And I think I know someone who may be able to help. Do you remember Ernolus, by chance? He was the one who taught me about you in the first place.
Ernolus, his relationship with myself was far different. He used magic to further his understanding. You channeled me, channel my essence in your actions, but I do know of the one you speak.
I think I know that he can help us. He's in danger right now. He was captured. Those men who are occupying this temple, they have him right now, and I need to find him. And the last time I talked to him, he told me that I need to find Joro, and I trust him. Do you know where I can find Joro? How I can find him?
You see the eyes alighten again. This one doesn't open a tear, but it's almost... They look distant, as if they're like far-seeing and...
Joro. He is alive, but shrouded in darkness, hidden away from those who would seek to harm him, but not yet free from danger. They hunt him, and they have marked him such that his body has begun to betray him, and he is forced to seek refuge with another. A cold man, eyes of amethyst, and a heart of ice. He may aid you, but do not confuse this for trustworthiness.
Mystara kind of looks over the wider party.
One of you knows him already. This Acheron. Tread lightly if you seek him, for he is the path to success for some, but ruin for many more.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Zeka turns back to see who reacted to
Oh, Kezia!
Hard.
You see Kezia visibly pale, I don't think is too far of a stretch.
If
Oh,
you
that's
didn't say it,
great.
I was.
We have an in! Okay. Cool. Okay. Zeka looks like he's about to say something, but then he like pauses, and he kind of chokes on his words, and he like shakes his head, and he takes a second, and then he looks over to Sunny, and he turns back to Mystara and says, Sunny has a soul, right?
Oh jeez.
She frays.
She
fucking
just
dies.
leaves.
She goes,
Hey,
I gotta go.
Mystara's eyes wander before settling on Sunny, and she reaches out a hand to him.
Exactly as I said. He's just standing there, in awe. His aperture eyes are just like fully dilated.
You see Mystara reaching out the hand to Sunny, but not offering any words just yet.
No, I guess Sunny reaches out with still holding Zeka's hand, I guess in his right hand. Sunny reaches out with his left hand and kind of he's not really sure to expect if he's actually grabbing onto something or if it's just like an illusion. So he kind of like carefully reaches out with his other hand and goes to take her hand.
At once, you see Mystara's form begin to glow.
This one is unique. He is carved from metal, but chooses his fate. This one is confused. He is commanded and must obey, but resents it. This one sought out others of his kind, but could never find an answer he was pleased with.
You see Mystara's form begin to waver and, almost ignite.
This one struggles to answer whether it is alive or not. And it is.
And Mystara fades.
Zeka will look over to Sunny and say, "Did you hear that?"
Sunny is just he hasn't moved since she faded.
Zeka, make a perception check. Sunny, make a perception check.
Oh, twins.
They're just both looking at each other's eyes.
Alright. High or low?
Hi, Mylar. Hey!
Right.
Zeka, Sunny, where you reached out your hand and where you touched Mystara, as you pull back your hand and as you look at it, you see a symbol of Mystara radiating from your hand right now. After a moment it fades, but the symbol is still there, etched into your physical body.
Is it on the palm of my hand or
the palm? Yeah.
I guess it's his left hand.
Yeah. Whichever one you touched Mystara with.
Can I make an Arcana check on it? Or
this would be religion.
Glances down at it and then he holds it over to for Zeka to look at.
Can I make a religion?
What is your goal with this?
I guess I just want to see if it's just a symbol or if it seems like there's some other property to it.
Go ahead and roll.
What am I rolling?
Religion.
Nothing.
You're kind of in awe. You just got told how your god broke.
Yeah.
You got told where to find a lead, and you just got told your best friend does have a soul after weeks of debate.
I think literally Zeka's hands are shaking as he takes it and just can't see it. And he's just gonna kind of throw it to the side and hug Sunny. And he's a mess. He's just sobbing.
Sunny's kind of he's kind of still in shock. So when Zeka hugs him, Sunny kind of just slowly hugs him back and pats the top of his head. I was not expecting that.
I told you. I knew it this whole time.
You sure did. Thank you, Zeka. And Sunny kind of holds him a little tighter. He says, "Thank you."
I think Zeka chills for a minute.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a moment! Ode leans over to Artie and Byron, and she says, "This is the one instance that we've been in, not at all a play I can think of."
Inspiration!
That's sweet. I'll take it.
You see that that statement kind of probably falls on deaf ears with Byron as he's just kind of staring at the ground. His face is hard. he looks like you have pretty high insight, especially Artuk. You can tell he just had one of his worst fears confirmed, and he's just working himself into a lather internally. Like he's just like,
oh, gosh, he was terrified that Sonny had a soul all along.
We have to destroy it.
You know-
Artuk, however, laughs at the joke.
Byron, you feel your pack slightly fuller than before.
He'll shift uncomfortably after a minute, and he'll see that Artuk was laughing and go, then turn and walk away. Like, he's acting very cagey and just he's very clearly uncomfortable.
Artuk and Ode would try to talk, like, I don't know if, I feel like Ode would, like, pull at Artuk and kind of give him a look of, like, can we go talk to Byron? As Artuk can understand all her love.
As we have clearly established this as a precedent.
I mean, that's what high insight is, right? I just understand what people mean when they look at me.
Yeah, no, well, in this case.
Well, apparently a high insight is taking a 2-semester course on sign language then.
3 semesters.
You gotta get that last semester to get all the nuances of the functions right.
You actually joke. That actually was a lot of the focus. We're getting off on a tangent.
I know, David.
I'll give Ode a knowing nod.
Ode, you don't understand what he's doing.
Are you saying no in a weird way?
In his culture, this means no and this means yes.
Okay, I feel like then Ode would kind of let Byron walk a reasonable distance away from like the sigils of Mystara, and then like I don't know, would probably actually Byron, was your goal to get like outside of the temple?
Yeah,
when we were
probably.
walking away?
I think that's fair. As you get up, you see all of the Weave Scarred are still out cold.
He'll just kind of...
Okay, I feel like Ode would like grab Artie and kind of follow him and then approach him, unless you like are giving us serious vibes of like don't approach me.
What do you do with that like very short window before you can hear the footsteps? People are like coming to check on you.
You guys probably see him. He took out the book, and then he put it away as you guys were approaching very quickly, just like, hi there. Boy, that was weird, wasn't it?
Right, you actually seem a little shook up by it. We wanted to come check on you.
Me? Shook up? Never. I'm unflappable. Come now. You guys go ahead and go talk to everyone else. I need to, you see his facade very much falter for a minute. I need to take a leak. You probably see he is actively clenching and unclenching one of his fists.
Byron, if before we get going, let you do what you're gonna do. Well, what do you plan on asking him?
Ooh.
You'll just kind of see Byron freeze, nod, whole facade just completely crumbles, and he just like doubles over. And just when he looks up, he is terrified. Like that fear is clear in his eyes.
Ode like runs over and puts her arm
fuck.
around him, but like absolutely doesn't know what to say.
Apparently, whenever Byron crumbles over and looks up at you guys, his eyes aren't black anymore. They're green. And you can see the fear in them.
Oh my god.
I need to ask him why. Why did he have to do that? Why wasn't a war fucking enough? There's so much chaos in the world. Like, he just breaks and he is just spitting so much just shit into the air. And his hands are shaking. He's barely standing. And like, there's rage, fear. Like, you see his eyes welling up with tears, and he's just, ugh!
Can't offer you any answers. That's something you'll have to figure out on your own here. But I can at least offer you a bit of perspective on it, from a source that wasn't you. What I saw there was something I've seen a whole lot, and something I got taught about my whole life, and that's the Dusk and the Dawn dragons. They seem to be in this constant back and forth trying to balance each other. and it looked like what happened was the Dawn Dragon tried to make a big play to get out of that balance, and nature played the way nature plays, and the dusk came and broke whatever it was trying to do to get the balance back, and Mystara seemed to have been a victim of balance.
Well, just like he listens and he freezes for a moment. He takes out the book, throws it on the ground, pulls out a quill and starts writing.
What do you write?
Why did you do it? Was a war not enough? There's so much chaos in the world. Why the fuck do you have to do this?
Ode will like take her arm from around him, but will like still be standing next to him, like I'm not quite sure what to do.
Artuk, you hear as Byron writes this down.
There is never enough chaos, Byron Black. I told you as much when our pact was invoked.
Did you say I hear this?
You hear that. That is the first time you hear that.
When he hears that, you see a lot of the fear fade out of Byron's eyes. He clutches the quill. And he fucking raises it and stabs it into the book.
Ooh.
Byron, you fall in to the book.
Oh, Jesus. Man, back to back, y'all. Jeez. Hey.
Guys, this is
Fuck.
only...
What?
Back to back?
I missed where we just talked to gods.
Byron Black, you find yourself falling and ending in a not unfamiliar place. You see this kind of construct over here, this essence of chaos, this heart that you can just feel radiates behind it. Ode and Artuk, you see him fall in. But on the page before you, the book is still there, and it's laid wide open, and it's more like looking down on it. You can see Byron appear there. You can see this aspect of chaos, and you can watch it. Like, almost like looking down on a snow globe. You can physically see this shit.
Oh, that's cool. It's a fucking iPad.
I'm really gonna try to reach down and see if I can interact with it at all.
As you do, you just feel this impossible cold rush over your hand. And you get the sense you cannot go further into that because your hand will it will not go well for you, to suffice to say.
Sure, understood. I retract my hand and watch.
Ode like freaks out. She's like, "What the fuck is going on? I thought that was just a diary he had."
I heard screaming. What's going on? Where the fuck is Byron?
Oh no, Kezia, if you're there, you saw Byron fall into the book. I would say...
No, which is why I'm walking over there.
Where was Morak for this? Morak is the only one who I don't know exactly where he is.
Well, no. So now I'm curious on the expect someone to get 1980s sucked into the TV.
Take on me.
I will say
My original plan was I was going to just light something in the room for Zeka and Sunny, and then go up the stairs.
Okay.
And I guess I will now walk toward people and say, so what's going on over here? Are we all just looking at a book? I'm down with that, but what's the point?
Yeah, Mark, if you look down, you can see this isn't like just a fucking book. You see, like, the pages evolve. You are looking down at a scene on this book, and it's hard to make out, but you think you might see Byron there.
Ode says, "I don't know what's going on, but Byron got sucked into the book, and we don't know if he's okay, both emotionally and physically." Sorry, that made me laugh at you.
What? How did?
I don't know if he's okay.
How is this the less of like confusing things that happen?
This fucking island is awful.
That's a really good point.
I'm going to be honest with how Byron doesn't know anything about how this kind of seems kind of on brand.
Yeah. You know what? Can't fault that.
I feel like Ode would also try to reach into the book. Like, having seen Artuk do it and pull his hand out, she would be like, well, I'll try.
As you try, imagine trying to put your hand in the void of space. It immediately is too
Pull
much.
her hand out.
Byron Black, you see yourself stood in pandemonium itself, in the home of pure chaos. And as you look around, you see many of those chaos spawns. The one that you summoned just a bit ago, not that one specifically, but you see many of them dotting the area, watching you. They all look different. Tieflings to Githzerai, humans to gnomes to dwarves to orcs. Every race that you can think of, watching you.
Why have you returned, my exemplar of chaos?
You know, I'm getting real sick of your fucking shit. You claim to be all about chaos and free will, and yet all you've ever given me is the illusion of choice. You've removed my choices in these matters. I joined this only so that I'd fucking live, because your own followers are trying to kill me.
You chose to take the book from them. I have offered you choices, but I will never deny you the consequences of them.
This thing just turns. What?
You guys can
choice
hear
did I
this,
have?
by the way.
That was only going to cause more people to fucking die, but obviously, you don't give a shit. You don't give a shit about people dying. You don't care that a war causes so much chaos and rips apart not only all of our families, all of Morak's families, all of mine. I don't even know my grandfather because the war that you fucking started killed him. I'm so sick of all of this. That wasn't enough. No. You had to go and cause everything in this fucking world to be destroyed. And for what? Chaos? Look, I'll agree. Freedom, free will, liberty, all great things. But causing chaos for the sake of chaos is just... Fuck! Fuck off! You can fucking suck my little fucking cock.
You guys can hear this pure rage of Byron's against this just god of chaos.
So it's cold when you touch the book?
Impossibly so. You don't actually get close to it. It's like there is a realm of cold surrounding the book, such that if you put your hand near it, it immediately is just too cold and you have to pull back.
So, thinking this is a portal of some sort, Kezia's just gonna hold out the iron spike and just try to drop it in for Byron.
As you rage against this, you see materialize in your hand is an iron spike. And you realize you don't have your black blade with you. You don't have any of your weapons. But you do have this fucking spike.
You would dare oppose me? Well, you are a tool. Do not confuse your station. You are a useful one, and I offered you the chance to save your life because you amused me. Never confuse yourself with that. If you wish to break this pact, you may at any time. Just bear in mind the consequences of doing so. Young Kenneth Smith. Fatherless, motherless, alone in this world.
I think whenever he heard Kenneth Smith, he actually stood up straighter, yeah, I am fucking Kenneth Smith. And then, dropping those two, look down at the spike, clench his fist and go, I'm done being your fucking pawn. I'm my own man. Guess what? I have the freedom to oppose you however the fuck I want. And he will start sprinting towards that thing.
Live with your choices, for however little that may be.
Byron, roll initiative.
What's going on?
I think Byron's about to
Byron's
solo
trying to
a
solo
god.
God.
I think we're gonna have a new character next session.
Hey, he's got the power of friendship on his side. If there's anything anime's taught him, that's all you need.
Byron, you see them begin to chase you. This one over here lashes out at you and it tries to bring you down with a glaive, but it basically does a jump from Final Fantasy and lands next to you. This one looks weird. It looks like Predator.
You will see as it comes down, Byron immediately falls into Morak's stance of using a shield to deflect it.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Oh, that's cool.
Alright.
He is using the power of friendship.
I fucking trained for like 12 years to learn how to.
He tries to.
He's not doing it
like,
well. You're just kind of like, hey, he's at least trying to copy me.
Byron, it's your go.
Okay. He will disengage.
And yeah, you just see this. It's almost like you saw Interstellar, right? It's like the black hole from Interstellar, that kind of wave just surrounding it.
Yeah. He will run up to it. Here we go. You know what? I'm gonna take back my freedom of choice and fuck you over and grab it.
As you do, it's just this impossible force just begins to pull on you, but you reach deeper and you find just at the center of it something tangible you can grab onto. It's about the size of...
An iron spike?
No. About the size of, let's say, a baseball.
Sorry, Kezia, I only have 2 hands, but drop the iron spike to take these.
And as you do that, you see just that black hole just begin to go insane and just start lashing out. And you hear the dust dragon just scream in clear pain.
You miserable whelp. I brought you back. I gave you meaning, and you repay me as this. The ends of the earth will not be enough to save you. You will find yourself alone at the end of your road, and I will drag you back into the void with us.
I'd like to see you try. Turns and takes one more step.
These guys are gonna come up, because it's these boys' turn.
So what's he holding? Is he still holding it? I mean...
You guys know the centaur heart from Hades?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but it's filled black. These guys just begin to swarm you.
Oh god, you're fucked.
Oh god. Ode, can I say Ode, following Kezia's lead, goes into her explorer pack and pulls out a rope?
Sure thing.
Just fucking, it flies through the exit and just goes, oh, crap.
That's actually a great idea.
You take 5 points of necrotic damage as you feel like your soul just be like get torn asunder a little bit.
But he does still have a soul.
It's their turn next. They're actually gonna stay there. Why is that one? There we go. This one is going to also roll to attack with advantage.
Jesus Christ.
Nope. 1 hit. As this one just claws at you, take 7 points of necrotic damage.
Back in the world with Ode's longer rope, she'll be like, Kezia, do you think we can toy this to one of your arrows?
Sure.
I guess he just started shooting arrows into the fucking book to aid him? Oh, fuck.
I was going to...
Hey, Kezia, roll initiative for me.
Yeah. Anyone that has ranged attacks can attack into there.
Kezia, you see Byron getting surrounded.
How bloody does he look?
He's looking to be at about 33 out of 45.
So we're
Do you
want
want
to
us to
shoot
tie-
this with the rope?
Right, and I'll hold this end. And then Ode waves Morak over so that she and Morak can hold that end together.
Or...
Turn the book upside down and dump him out.
I want to tie the rope to it, and I want to try to pin it through one of them to lift them up if we can do it through that way, even if it works. That's what I'm trying.
Go ahead.
Go
Go ahead. Roll to hit. You have disadvantage because you're shooting through reality.
Yeah, that's
Seems
fair.
like a modest penalty, to be fully honest, but alright.
Actually, that happened in our first campaign.
God.
On the mountain.
And Odin and Morak are holding the other end of the rope.
I'm pretty sure that Doc shot
Yeah.
ran to the
Alright.
next and-
Alright, I guess.
The hit?
Yeah, you hit.
You know how super high AC is.
22 points of damage.
Which one did you shoot?
I was gonna shoot this guy. Because he's in the way.
You did 22 points of damage, you said, right?
Oh, what do you know?
Yeah.
Exactly their hit points.
Nice.
Son of a bitch!
So it dies, and now there's a rope, right?
Yeah, there's a rope now embedded through the fucking ground. Just kind of into the air, Byron? You're not quite sure what that means, but it is a taut rope that just goes into the air, and you're not really sure what that means.
Who's gonna... I think he'll think about just what's going on and go, no, I'll roll for it. I'll roll his intelligence.
Hey, you got the iron spike, and now you
17!
got
That's
I think you go,
You
Kezia,
do notice a
crazy
Kezia
motherfucker.
You see Kezia's arrow that's labeled Kezia.
They're all
He will-
the K,
No.
Z-I-A word.
He
For
sees
me,
that.
for
And
Bailey.
he sees it says Kezi, and he thinks, Bailey, you dog.
For the record.
Yep, Byron will grab that arrow and say, so much for dying alone, you fucko, and then grab it and start sprinting again. And
Alright.
of course, disengage.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Okay, so let's figure out. I'm assuming I still have to move towards this area.
Well, are you gonna try to climb the rope into the ether?
Oh, that's right,
Wait,
it goes
my idea
upwards.
is that we could try pulling
No.
him when it comes back around to us breathing.
So,
What you got?
here, this should give a frame of reference. Okay, that I don't know why that's black. That's horrible against this.
I don't know how to erase.
Yeah, there's just a rope that's extending to a point in the void, and you see it does continue beyond it. You have no idea where.
Then he'll follow that and sprint that direction.
Run
He
and
disengages.
jump and swing over the void using the rope. Because that would be the most rad thing you've ever done in your life.
That would be rad.
Oh, except it's taut.
Oh wait, is that?
Well, it's taut because it's in the floor right now.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, he will grab, sprint forward, and yeah, probably try to fucking swing across with it. He's following where it's going.
Holy shit. Okay. Would this be athletics or acrobatics? Because I can see both, because athletics because he's holding a goddamn rope and Tarzaning, but acrobatics because this requires a certain level of finesse.
I think
They're about equal.
I think
Athletics is slightly better.
he's running and jumping and trying to get
athletic.
velocity. I would
Athletics.
say that's athletics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so, I just wanted to be sure.
Will you?
Holy fuck!
Oh,
What was that,
Nice.
what was that, Mare?
Sorry, I was gonna say, will you let us know at what point, like, Ode and Morak could potentially, like, feel, like, okay, Byron's on the rope, like, we should
Oh.
pull on the rope.
Oh yeah, you feel him on the rope immediately.
Like, oh,
Byron!
what?
Wait, so are we
That's
gonna start
so sick.
yanking it up? Are we gonna start?
Yeah, so we start yanking the rope.
Oh, that's why he got a 20 fucking 1, because they yanked him up to support the
Oh
whole
yeah.
And you fucking make a dex save just to be 100%, cause this.
Oh no!
Don't forget you have inspiration if you need it. I don't. No, he gave it to you.
Oh, he did, that's right.
For
Well,
saying
either
suck
way, I
my-
got a fucking 21.
Remember when he told God to suck his cock?
This
Yes,
motherfucker.
I forgot I told God
You
to suck my
fucking.
dick.
You fucking
You do a
land.
backflip.
You land your ass. Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's by far the greatest pirate I've ever seen.
Yeah, you fucking land it. Instead of this grueling combat gauntlet where you have to fight and things have been helping you, you just fucking jump on a rope and land across the chasm.
Told you, man. He has the power of friendship.
Guys, that's what this is.
These motherfuckers are still coming to get your ass.
Oh Jesus, that's not good.
This one's gonna suicide run for it because it's a fucking shadow. It doesn't give a shit about its life. 3 attacks coming at you. Hit. Miss. Hit. 17 points of damage as they just swarm you like just this militant shade. But it doesn't matter because the other ones can't actually reach you. So that's...
Wait, that's the top of the round?
Now it is, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Morak's immediately going to wave Artuk over. Hey, could you turn around for a second, Artuk?
Sure, what's up?
Okay, and I'm going to pull the Khopesh out of the back sheath, and I'm going to drop it in the...
Oh, no.
I watched my Khopesh go through, look
And
for
I
4
just
or
say,
5
I'm-
seconds,
Hey,
then look back
I'm
at
very
Morak.
okay.
That's fair.
Huh?
So you can
Okay,
go
you
forward
knew.
and go like, well, I guess I
I
better
don't
stay behind the
do-
shield.
That's fair.
Grab the
That's so fair.
Khopesh.
You see a fucking, like,
Never use it.
Like fucking Grayskull, like He-Man.
You see a Khopesh that... Adam, please describe the Khopesh again.
Sure. I would just like to ask really quickly first, in this whole power of friendship vibe we've got going, would it be reasonable that realizing what Morak's doing before he takes it off, I channel my spores into it?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. So
Play
what you
cow
see-
ball anyway.
what you see appear in your hand there, Byron, is this sort of like, think of like take a machete, right? But then curve it in the middle like a sickle, and have it be made of like a sort of brassy gold-colored metal instead. But then sort of across the blade, you know how like when something's sort of oily, it gleams with like a lot of different color to it? It's very similar to that in the light, and anything it reflects around it has this sort of almost glowing, necrotic color to it. And you can feel that it is glowing with some sort of a magic to it.
You will take it. A big old wicked smile will form across his face and go, Artuk.
Byron, your shield falls into the abyss, but you pull up your Khopesh. You see an iron spike just kind of sitting over there, abandoned by a quickly growing dark hole.
Sorry, Kezia. I've only got 2 hands.
I killed a dryad with a thing and you leave it behind.
You left it behind for chaos to consume.
Well,
alright.
Byron, it is your
that's
turn.
the BBEG at the end of the campaign, a giant iron spike.
I mean, I technically could make the dash out.
You have to make a
Can I
jump
shoot
because
them
of the
before?
kind of assembled stuff. You can make one shot, but you would have to make an athletics check, Byron, because you kind of have to leap between the kind of separated stone. It's all kind of suspended in chaos.
Okay.
It is still alive. Whichever one, I'm gonna just say it's this one.
Can Zeka firebolt that same one?
Was this one? Yeah.
I don't think Firebolt, because I clearly described the Voided Space if you have another spell, though.
Yeah, I also feel like it'll be hard to aim. I feel like an arrow you can aim. Firebolt.
No, that's
You would have disadvantage, just not Firebolt, but if you have another spell you want to try, go ahead.
I don't have Total Dead. Can I don't know if I have one.
Yeah, that's the only range one you have.
Yeah. No. I mean, I could Guiding Bolt, but I don't want to. Well, I'll wait. I think he can.
Not worth a spell slot. Come on, he's got this.
I think he's got this.
Alright.
Byron, you see what you feel confident is an escape.
Alright. How do I would try to fight my way out, but I am severely bloodied. One more round of attacks like that and I'll die.
Can you disengage?
I can. I guess I'll have to disengage and say, Artie, you're a wonderful man. And he'll try to jump across to there.
Make an athletics check.
I have to make an athletics check.
Does our rope help him at all? Or is it
22!
He kind of used that to slink across.
This was meant to happen. This was meant to happen.
Basically, he got to subvert half the goddamn fight. This is so odd.
Look at
Why
these
is Carson
rolls.
rolling
Look
well?
at these I don't know. All your bad luck is turning around.
This is narrative justice.
This is
This is
justice.
Byron,
No,
Lights out.
Byron, you see what looks almost like, not a black hole, but like just a gateway, like a wormhole type deal, right there. And as you...
Sprint, turn back as he jumps through, just double flipping the birds, like, fuck you!
And as you pass through the wormhole, it is like... is some trippy shit. You hear just in your mind, in every person assembled's minds,
You will not escape me, but I will search the ends of the earth to reclaim what is taken. Your fate is already written. You are a corpse that just has delayed its fate.
Fate? Sounds like some lawful shit to me, fucko!
inspiration again!
Yes!
And Byron, you all see the fucking book just begin to spin like a fucking top.
Drop it.
And then it basically just begins to drill into the ground. You see the ground right that it is stood on is like icy and freezing over, and it just kind of collapses in on itself, and you see Byron, a fucking gateway rips itself open next to you guys for just a few seconds, and you see Byron basically just side tackle his way out, holding on to this weird artifact, the Artux Kopesh, and you see the book just collapse in on itself. Byron, you are no longer a warlock. You have none of the class features. You have as much health as you do. But you are currently classless. You have no proficiencies in anything that you don't get from your background, or from being just a basic-ass human. Anything warlock is gone.
You see him pop up, really excited. Be
Your
like,
eyes.
Artok, you are a wonderful fucking man. Oh, and you guys, you look as he's going around with eyes super wide. They're a nice, soft, gentle green.
You also see Byron's back tattoo. You feel just a rush of pain as it basically just rips itself off from his back, appears behind him for just a moment, and just dissolves in the sunlight.
And then he will look around, find Zeka, run over, and just pick him up and go,
Holy shit!
Oh, you wonderful, beautiful bastard!
Oh my god!
He dropped, catch him and hug and go, I wouldn't have been able to do this without you and your god, you wonderful little man. And he'll just go around and he'll just pick and just
Carson?
tackle everyone around.
Would you change your name in Roll20?
I did, actually.
Well, it's a very huggy day. This is amazing.
And then Smith is typing.
Hello! Oh, yes! By the way, I should probably reintroduce myself, guys. That was a fake name, as you probably all could have guessed. My real name,
Kenneth?
and he'll take a little stance, is Kenneth Smith, the son of a blacksmith. As you might have guessed from the name Smith.
Oh, black.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
run
it's
up
kind of
and
black sword.
hugs Byron. Like, so happy that he is alive and in our realm.
And he'll just be giving all hugs everyone around, just go, alright. Gather everyone around, hold out this beating heart and go, alright. What the fuck do we do with this?
Eat it.
And I think this is a perfect moment for us to take our break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dungeons and Dragons.
That was 2 gods in one morning.
Guys, I'm confused. Are we joking about eating it or not?
I'm not going
I don't want anybody doing anything with it. Can we throw it in a pocket dimension?
I identified it and I got like it's
A
just
wasp.
super fucking powerful.
I don't want them coming after us.
I think we've already kind of... That bridge is...
Okay,
like,
You all get the impression from what you saw of that, if not the rest of you, it's certainly going to come after Byron.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reach my hand out and I'm gonna cast Nistol's magic aura on that bitch.
Fails.
Really?
Too powerful. Oh fuck!
Okay.
Too powerful.
Okay,
Hide.
I cannot mask
Shit.
it. I like.
Okay, well, like, I'm really confused if you're joking about eating it or not, because it could be an option, considering, Byron, you look like you kind of lost all your powers, and if they're going to be coming after you,
You need something.
it might, like, let you protect yourself if you get powers from it. And Ode kind of shrugs.
You'll think for a moment, did I fully lose my powers? Ha! Pew!
Gone.
Oh, I can finally finger guns without possibly killing someone.
What?
Whoa, I just gained infernal knowledge from this thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say let's not eat it. Let's maybe, put it in a mason jar of some sort and just, like, not...
We could probably give it to the djinn. Oh wait, we don't know
Yeah.
if that bottle still exists.
Yeah, that thing's gone. No one knows where that is.
Hey Byron, you have a sense you know it fell in your bag earlier.
Actually, I felt something fall into my bag earlier.
Okay, I swear if we summon a genie right now, I will lose my shit.
He'll just pull it out and go, this doesn't seem like the time though, Seymour. I am growing. And puts it away.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think we've had enough today. I think we have a goal
You see the
of
DM get mad.
interrogating all the sleeping people over there. And I don't think a genie helps out.
I think this is worth pausing.
Yeah.
Okay, then how about let's go deal with the Weave Scout right now? And here, I'm gonna pull out a spice jar full of cloves. I'm like, I never use these things anyway, and I just dump them into my bag, and I just hold it out.
Alright, thank you.
Before we go and deal with the Weaves Guard, can we just... Are we all in agreement that after all this questioning with them is done, they're all gonna die, right? There is no conceivable, situation where it would be good to let any of them live.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like morally we're fine. We did kill like 80 of their friends.
Right, I agree.
And then you stacked them in a neat pile behind the church.
For the sake of intimidation, it might be useful to, keep that in mind. I've got another idea if y'all are fine with that. I figure that, when people are fanatic about things, they tend not to care too much about the idea of dying. They've sort of accepted that as part of being real into this. But I don't think any of them have really thought much about the idea of undying and how uncomfortable they might be with that.
Are you talking about that creepy, that zombie thing again?
Yes.
Yeah, I figure I'm in a unique position to have something that's actually somewhat terrifying to all of these people who've probably already decided that death is part of the job.
Yeah, but before we do any of this, what are we trying to gain?
I wanted to talk about that too. What do we want to ask all of these?
I want to see if they know where Ernelis is. It's a long shot, but there's a chance.
Sure.
Well, I feel like we should just ask where they keep high priority prisoners.
Yes, I agree. That's good too.
Probably in the Cerulean Monastery in Heria Magi.
Well, okay, we already answered that one.
I also wanted to ask as much as I could about what they know about, the internal structure of what's going on at Heria. I basically want to just, scope out Heria Magi through the brains of these folks.
They pretty much run it, but it's not just entirely made up of those people. It's more like a militia, sort of, I think, running through the town.
Are there still town guards? Is there still a government over them?
It's more like the mob owns the town, and if they ever say, "Hey, let us do this," and the mayor ever pushes back, they'll just fucking replace him because they own everything.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem as long as we keep it down low. But if we're in the middle of there and one of us, isn't in the down low, that's going to be a problem. Also, I thought that we had a safe space we could stay in. I'm not sure if that's safe anymore. So, yeah.
That seems like a good amount of information to aspire for, and although it won't be pleasant, your idea, Artie, is quite a good one, and I still think we should try to maybe suss them out individually first, and potentially, like in the basement might be a place to do that, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Individually keeps them from feeling any sort of sense of camaraderie. If one person decides to be, sticking it out, none of the others are going to want to spill the beans. But if none of them know what the others are doing, then, one weak link breaks the chain.
Yeah,
Do we
prisoners
want to split up and interrogate some of them one by one?
Right, maybe we can separate them right now and then bring them down one by one.
Good idea.
When we break to start walking over towards them, Zeka's gonna walk over to the Inquisitor and kind of investigate his body.
Oh yeah, I want to do that shit too. I'll go. Plus, I'm not gonna let the 14-year-old just play with a dead body.
Very, very reasonable.
Yeah. I've bifurcated people before. Don't worry about it.
He's killed a lot of people the last 2 days alone.
That makes me more concerned.
But so as you get over to it, you see the Inquisitor's body, and it is just in a crumpled mess, and his kind of distinct looking helmet. You see it's the left side of it, as it impacted with the ground, the metal on it just warped and broke apart a bit, such that you can actually kind of see a glimpse of their face, a human face, and their left eye is visible. It's kind of glassy looking, but beneath it you see kind of a very faint glow to it.
Okay, I'm detecting magic, of course, on him.
This guy has just some bit of magic baked into his body. Got a bit of necromancy baked into him, and a bit of evocation.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the mask off.
As you do that, something about this guy's face immediately just looks unnatural. You see just scarring all over him. Not physical scars, though magical ones. You see just, even now, after he is very clearly dead, the skin beneath, the lower skin of his face, it's cannibalizing itself. It is tearing itself apart and consuming itself before reforming. Imagine a flesh-eating virus working at 1,000 times speed, and then also he has a healing factor that's just keeping pace with it. So it's constantly tearing itself apart and then just reforming. And if you just move further down the body, you just see more of this pretty much all over his entire form. As you get more on, you see kind of scarring. It gets a little purplish as you move around in areas this has been going on for a long time.
Could I make a medicine/arcana check on him to see?
To what end?
To understand what might have done this to him.
Arcana.
Morak, can you help me with this? Actually.
Oh, yeah, I can help you with some arcana.
Thank you very much. 15.
As you go through it, it's weird at first, but then you take a moment and you kind of just think of this on a macro level. He is a weave scarred. He is very literally a weave scarred, in a more intense version of what you have, where it's you got a inherent transmutation inside of you because of your goat legs.
Yeah.
This guy clearly got a much worse end of a similar deal.
Okay.
Yep.
Morak's gonna pocket that helmet though.
All right.
And it doesn't have any special properties that I could.
You notice it's the inside is slightly lead-lined, such that you wouldn't detect magic coming from the dude. But it's not you cover your entire body, though.
I know, but now I have a Magneto helmet now.
That's pretty
He's wearing a tinfoil hat.
Otherwise, you have 6 prisoners, 4 of the Deadeyes that you sense are more highly trained, and then the other melee.
I'll take the first one. I'll take the first shift.
I'll work with Morak to, my part.
I'll just stay with Ode and keep watching them.
The 4 scared would probably be the melee dude. The other one's unconscious, and the others don't look particularly. They don't look happy about it, but they look more angry than scared.
Okay, Morak's going to walk up, crack his knuckles, very loud and intimidating, through his gauntlets. It's very confusing.
All right.
Fucking sucker punch this dude in the face. And then he's gonna go over and grab this dude and drag him into the basement.
You see him just the guy you're dragging away start making noise, but no one else. The 4 that are still going to stay up top, they're kind of looking down, but they aren't saying anything. And Morak, you drag the scared one into the basement. Yeah, Morak, the floor is yours. This man is currently gagged and watching you, clear fear in his eyes.
Okay, Morak's just gonna, like, give him a good punch in the nose. And then, like, grab him by his shirt and pull him up. Just say, you and your people have captured a very high priority person for my friends and I. We need to know where you keep your high priority targets. I'm going to pull the ball gag out of his mouth that for some reason Byron had 6 of.
It's true. He still has 6 more.
I would like you to make an intimidation check. Fucking Christ, goddamn psychopaths. He's clearly flustered. Who is it? Who'd we grab? Who are you talking about?
Ernless. I don't know his last name.
I don't know.
That's classified.
I don't know that name. If we grabbed him,
is a high-powered wizard.
By the way, David, the entire time this is happening, I am actively insightfully looking at them.
for this, I will say for this guy, you could tell Morak's just intimidating the shit. He got real low on his save to not be scared. Odds are he's fucking dead if we got him.
We know he's not. We don't know why you're keeping him. I don't know what the fuck you guys do. But where do you keep your highest priority people?
He's like gritting his teeth, like he clearly is like fighting it. The main building in the city.
Clearly.
Fucking where the Cerulean Eye used to work.
How many people do you keep there? For some fucking reason, there were 40 of you.
Well, this was our fucking base on the island until you all stormed in.
All I know is that your friend out there who, this tall furry fellow turned into a fucking zombie. Ted was his name? He smelled like piss, whatever he was. He decided to do a honeypot on us. For some fucking reason. I don't know if you guys have dogs or anything, but it seems like you guys aren't great at your job right now. So
Fuck
I don't
you!
know, like 40
Fuck
of
you dumb motherfucker. As soon as you say that they're bad at their job, he just starts cussing you out.
I'll just start beating the shit out of them again.
Alright, do you hold back? Because I'm gonna be honest, you could very easily kill this man if you did not hold back.
No, I'll do non-lethal.
Alright. Just describe how you beat ass.
Oh, it is just like I'm holding him by his shirt and I'm just like wailing on his face. And when he like tries to limp down, I hold him back up.
After just a little bit, he's like, fucking stop, God! Just like, you've clearly like busted his nose, busted his lip open, knocked a few teeth out, and he is like straining to stay conscious. Fucking stop, you goddamn psychopath!
Oh, we're the psychopaths now, okay.
You all stormed in here out of nowhere and just killed 30 people.
Yeah, and you're the one that tried to lead us here to kill us. I feel like we're on the same plane. Now, I just want to let you know. What's your name, by the way?
Larry.
Larry. Now, my name's Morak Tuskbane. Now, the Tuskbanes want this person kept safe. And I just don't want to have to send in a battalion to make sure that they're safe. I would rather just do it with my friends and I here. Now, I know that you guys are scary and mean and powerful in your city. But in Cathartus, you guys are nothing. How many are you in Harry Magi? And how can I get him safely out of there without hurting your guys' feelings?
You are never gonna get him out. If he isn't dead like you say, he will be soon. And you wanna know how many there are? Hundreds of us. Any given moment, hundreds. So good fucking luck.
Personally, I think I'm done with you now, and I'm gonna push him back, and then I turn to Artuk, Sunny, and Zeka, and I say, "Do what you want," and I'm gonna walk away.
I just kind of nod at Artuk.
All right, so you guys watch as Artuk steps up in front of this guy and sort of stands 10 feet off from him, just looks down at him, and Artuk's eyes glaze over black the way that they do, and you see the spore sort of cling to the air around him, and all at once he looks and just points down at the guy's body in front of him, and you see the spores start to just cling onto his body, especially in the areas where the wounds that Morak just inflicted are, and sort of just start to cling, and it almost looks like the wounds are scarring it over, but it's just patches of growth. Yeah, and you see just as he probably starts to writhe with it a little bit, because it's definitely a painful way to die.
Yeah, this dude is, by the way, screaming his goddamn head off in fear and pain.
But partway through the sort of, screaming and pain that he's going through, he sort of just stops making the same noises. You see his body sort of twitch a little bit, and the areas where the mushrooms and fungi had started growing begin to overgrow, not just, scarring over the breaks in the tissue, but growing out of them, up, into sort of its own form. And he's still, to his friends, recognizably like that person, but he is grotesquely disfigured from it with it. And you see Artuk is, not by any stretch of the imagination unfazed by this. He is seemingly, it seems to be almost as put off with it as you guys are, but, doing it and understanding that he's doing it.
I'll roll it.
Okay, Ode will, maybe seeing a signal from Morak, grab one of the ones next to her and, roughly push them forward and hand them over to Morak.
And I'm gonna walk the other one down there.
They are brought before the tribunal.
Sunny.
Yep.
Want to take this one?
Sure. So we know where Ernelis is, and we know there's a lot of...
You don't know where Ernelis is.
We think we know where they would be keeping him.
Yeah.
Oh. Is there anything else in particular that we want to know? I mean...
That's what I was...
Things about their leadership structure and, who to watch out for when we're there, what they're capable of, how they fight against magic,
Okay.
Also ask why the fuck they're here.
Oh, that's where I'm going to start.
Oh, that's a great question.
What does the official Imperial Geneva Convention say about torture?
No.
Okay. Well, how about interrogation?
Interrogation? Yeah.
Yeah. With psychological torture?
No.
Damn.
I'm gonna say this, Eric. If you try to torture them, even if you find a loophole where you're within the rule of the law, you are definitely against the spirit of the law. And also the rule of the law doesn't matter because that empire is gone. Yeah. So, this is entirely if Sunny makes the choice to avoid the spirit of it.
I just,
it's his programming.
I just take him down there. I have him sit in a chair, and I look at him. And I say, "Hello, friend. I need to ask you one thing."
They don't say shit.
Hey, Sunny.
Uh-huh.
Might want to turn off the scaly bit.
Oh. Well, hold on. I look at him, I say, "Tell me, what are you doing here? What is your goal here? What reason were you here?"
Make a persuasion check. Rough.
Oof.
With just a 10, he just kind of keeps glaring at you.
Okay. Let me try this a different way. I kick the chair over into one of the puddles of oil, I drop my disguised self back to my Warforged form.
Oh, you immediately see them just like back the fuck up in the chair as best they can on seeing you be a Warforged. Instantly. Like, fuck.
I'll stand over him and I'll say, "What were you doing here?"
We make intimidation with advantage.
Oh, one more. 15.
Fair.
We were coming to hunt you down, I guess. We were sent here to hunt down a Warforged that had been here and terrorizing people for a while now.
I kind of have, one arm behind my back. I say, "Was it a Warforged who had one of their arms very badly damaged?"
I don't know. That was Ramos's.
Well, Ramos is dead. Tell me, who did Ramos report to?
The Grand Inquisitor in Harry Magi, Emir.
Grand Inquisitor. And tell me, if there were prisoners, where would they be held?
Same spot, down below.
Wow, this is really a multi-use building. Fantastic. So you hate magic, is your whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
And you
His eyes
you
are round
refuse
like
you refuse to use any magic.
We avoid it, is how I'll
So
phrase
you
that.
will use magic. I turn to Morak and kind of raise my eyebrows. So I walk over to him. I suppose that's good to know. I was under the impression they would never use magic.
Yeah, I thought that too.
I walk back over to him. I say, "What kind of magic do you use?"
I'm going to die, aren't I?
You don't have to.
I'm gonna step in here and tell you, because that's my job in this whole interrogation business. You're not a dumb person. Yes, you're gonna die. You've all been sleeping. But your friend over here, and I tilt my head towards the zombie, he decided not to talk, so he gets worse than dying. Dying is the good situation for you. You better be, on your best behavior to strive towards it.
He looks over at his buddy, clearly uncomfortable. Go fuck yourself. And he bites down on his teeth. And you just see some foam start at his mouth.
Oh my gosh. Sonny runs over to him. I place both of my hands on him, and I cast Spare the Dying.
You're gonna have to do that for a while, because if he's still poisoned, you can keep stabilizing, but he's still not he's not gonna stop being poisoned.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You are basically attaching a lifeline to this man as he is dying, also putting him through incredible pain.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, I do it again. I keep doing it. I say, "What kind of magic do you use?" Oh my. I thought I heard of something.
So as you stop this man from dying and putting him through the worst pain possible, you ask him with your fucking hands in his mouth what magic they use?
Yes.
I cast message to him so that he can say it in my mind.
He can't, because message you need to say back verbally.
Isn't this like literally a plot point in Spectre?
Yes!
Can anyone
no, I don't have any fucking spells left.
Can anyone telepathically communicate with him?
Hold on. Let me see if I can.
You see this man start fucking crying and his eyes start to bleed because holy shit,
I get really close and I say, "Tell me what kind and I'll let you die."
Roll intimidation, you have advantage, they have disadvantage, cause fucking Christ!
Ooh, 19.
Tracking. Bait.
Okay, so tracking, baiting.
Do you let him fucking die?
No. I pick him up and I start carrying him up the stairs, dragging him up the stairs.
Jesus Christ!
I take him, I drag him up the stairs, and I drag him out to where the other guys are. How many are left?
4.
I drag this guy out in front of the others, obviously keeping him alive. I look at the rest of them. I say, "If anybody else wants to get smart and try to kill themselves, just know I can keep you alive." And I throw him down and stop casting Spare the Dying on him.
Make intimidation check.
18.
Yeah, Sonny, at you doing that, you've clearly freaked these ones out, such that they all bite down on their fucking teeth, and they're all gonna try to kill themselves before you put them through this endless torture.
I walk over to him and stand over all of them. And I like kind of crouch down near one. And I cup his head and I say, "Tell whatever God you believe in, the Reaper sent you."